Showtime.
Greetings and welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host Jeffico, and my co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So Chris, it's back.
It is back.
And it's not only back, but it's back with a bang. It's got Jonathan Frakes directing.
Yep, that's huge. We've been waiting for the Frakes episode, I mean, just because Frakes, for quite a while here. And, you know, part of it was him, and part of it was, you know, damn, he got a good episode to work with today.
Yeah, I really wish he was doing both episodes, because it's clearly at least a two-parter.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more than that. I think this is probably going to be most of the second half.
What the hell? What the hell? Hold your horses!
So Chris, we learned a couple things. We learned that the actual algorithm for the cloaking is with the Discovery. They didn't send any transmission back, so if they don't make it back, they don't learn how to detect cloak ships.
Yeah, part of me wonders if that's a blunder, or maybe it just does make sense to, you know, be sure that message isn't going to get intercepted. Like maybe you really want to give that to Starfleet directly. And I also wonder if that's not going to end up as some sort of bargaining chip with the Terran Empire here in the Mirror Universe, because based on what we know about Mirror Universe to regular universe continuity, they're probably using the same cloaking system the Klingons are in their rebellion. And maybe, you know, they might need to give that to the Terran Empire.
Everything that exists in our universe should also exist there.
Another Terran Empire?
That would probably prolong the war, though.
Yeah.
And they said the war was going to wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
So, we also learned that Stamets is losing his mind.
Well, everything he said has been largely correct so far.
Yeah, he's seeing stuff we're not.
Yeah.
Or stuff we've seen for some time now.
He's been looking at all the message boards for Discovery. Yeah. That's what he's seeing.
Would you say that Tyler's mind is the palace?
Maybe.
And he's supposed to stay out of it?
Don't go in the palace. There's, you know, enemies there.
Be careful, they are here.
Yeah.
Be careful. The enemy is here.
I really enjoyed the opening when they were talking to the other ship. The other ship seemed pretty unprofessional. And then they had to actually jump into the database and try and figure out everything. Be like,
yeah.
oh, okay, like,
who we are and what's going on.
You're not the captain.
Yeah.
Who is?
That's me. That's me.
That's absurd.
For some reason, Tilly's captain.
Who? Who's captain, Jeff?
The cadet who seems to stumble over every word unless she's on an open channel.
Yeah.
Of which then she pulls her character off.
Well, no, she screwed it out the first time. You know, hold your horses there.
Yeah.
That was great. But
that was Tilly.
Oh my god. I think we all know how I feel about Tilly. But even putting aside the fact that we actually got sexy mirror Captain Tilly, which I've been waiting for and calling out since that one episode where Stamets stumbled out of the shroom cube and called her captain.
Yeah.
And you guys were not with me on that.
No.
No. You guys like, no.
That is a
he thinks it's
standalone thing.
That was me. But even outside of Sexy Mirror Captain Tilly, this was a really strong episode.
Well, you know, technically, Chris, she wasn't Sexy Mirror Captain Tilly. She was just regular Tilly.
Don't ruin this for me.
Yeah. Because the Mirror Universe Discovery is actually in the regular universe.
Yeah. God.
Lorca was sure on board. He's just like, let's paint the ship. Let's get the uniforms going, guys.
Yep.
I know what I'm doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the idea of parallel worlds has been around since the 20th century.
And you and Stamets believed the spore drive could jump between them.
Well, it was a theory I was working on. Stamets was keen to chase it with me after the war.
I'm just curious, like, okay, so clearly this gotta be Mirror Lorca, but why would he go back?
It's, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be Mirror Lorca. It might just be that Lorca has some familiarity with the Mirror Universe. Even then, like, he's the one that put them here. He put in the coordinates in the end of the last episode, and he said, hey, let's go home. So it seems to suggest that he's Mirror Lorca, but, you know, he's honest. I mean, Lorca's like so evil compared to the rest of Starfleet captains, but he actually has a soft side as well. Like, he's too hard for Starfleet, and he's too soft. Triple. Yeah, and he's too soft for the Terran Empire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was trying to assassinate its emperor, so he was trying to go to the top.
Yeah.
But he knows too much. Like, oh, I'm a prisoner? I'm gonna smash my face into this bulkhead here.
Yeah, I was like, why can't you just get the doctor to do that, man?
Yeah.
Did you have to do it manually?
Orca is tough, and
Yeah.
I love his Scottish accent.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That was a great moment.
I was completely expecting that Jason Isaacs would just revert to his normal accent, because he's putting on this sort of southernish American accent for the show, but he just went straight for Scotty.
How you doing, Captain? Everything squared away here? We've got a wee bit of trouble with the visual emitters and the starboard nacelle, but a bit of tweaking, we'll be good to go. All right?
Now, Chris, let me ask you something. If you were a doctor and you found out that your patient might be like a secret Klingon, because like the facts here, his organs are all like cut and like shrunk down, his spine was cut so that it would be smaller. Like, it's pretty obvious that underneath Ash Tyler's personality is a Klingon we'll just call Vok for the sake of it.
The sake of it.
Now, if you're that doctor, do you, unarmed, with no security whatsoever,
alone,
go and be like, hey, you're not going anywhere, you're a secret Klingon?
Yeah.
Because he seems completely stable.
Yeah, God. And yeah, Tyler had even been acting up a bit. He was really nervous around him, and it probably would have been smart to have a couple red shirts in the room with him.
Yeah.
Please, sit down.
I'm needed on a mission.
I'm afraid you're not going anywhere without further examination.
They need me!
Well, that's just it. As far as I'm concerned, you're not you.
I have to say I did not see Culber's death coming at all.
Yeah, well, when he started talking, it was like, okay, this isn't gonna go well.
No.
Yeah.
I might have gotten knocked out or something, but I was not expecting the neck snap.
Goodbye, developing character, and part of a relationship that was actually like getting a lot of headlines.
Yeah, no, it was actually like a good, well-written couple.
Did you read up on that?
Yeah, we're just doing this like right after the episode, but I did see a brief article with an interview with the actor Wilson Cruz, and he's saying that this is not the last time we're going to see Culbert. Obviously, he didn't give anything specific away, but it did sound like the character was actually dead, but we will still be seeing him in some capacity somehow, so I don't know.
This is the most screen time he had in an episode, too. Usually it's just a scene or two. He was standing at the Lorca, and he got taken off the Stamets case.
Mm-hmm. And in retrospect, I probably should have seen it coming, because he was, like you said, he was getting a lot of screen time and a lot of attention.
Yeah, that's the death of a character. Burn him, count your days.
We did it together. So many things. You have such appetites.
You forced me.
Just thinking that make you feel better.
What did you think of Tyler and Laurel, reminiscing over the sex?
Yeah. I mean, they're still just not out and saying it, right? Like, she tries to wake him up.
It was his voice repeating the words.
Yep, and he's clearly a Klingon, and we all know. But she's like, you have another name. Just say it.
Chai Wisham.
Matai Tachwish.
So one thing that I really wanted to mention today was all the props and costumes for the Mirror Universe. They put a lot of effort into that, and they look fantastic. Even though we've only sort of just been introduced to these Discovery uniforms, the Mirror Universe versions of them with like the gold trim and sort of the sash thing going on, they were excellent.
Yeah, some of it looked like armor, though. Like Discovery, the uniforms didn't quite match up with the original series. Where this one, the uniforms didn't quite match up with what we saw in Enterprise or what we saw in the original series. So, where's my midriff?
I was hoping you'd put up a fight. I'm surprised you're not exhausted from all the beds you've jumped into recently. Commander Tucker told me I should give you a few pointers in that area.
Yeah, they made a point of having like lots of midriff even on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
For the
so we've
women's
got
uniforms.
2 timetables that both have very enticing uniforms.
Yeah.
But here in Discovery, we do not.
No. That's fine. Tilly's enough.
Yeah, you mean Killy?
Yes, I do mean Killy.
I really did like her line.
Well, let's not keep these assholes waiting.
too much?
No. Not here. Here, it's just right.
And while we're on the subject of the uniforms, we should also bring up the little badges they were handing out. Apparently, those actually have different meanings. And I think this is something that they're just inventing here for the canon, unless this is right out of beta canon. Because I don't think this has been brought up anywhere. But apparently they've got their own little codes on them. Some of them like track how many kills you have. There's different ones for if you're a bridge officer. There's one for master of poisons, whatever the heck that means. Maybe that's just what they call their doctor.
Do they also have like the rank on it, but written really small, so you can't really tell who's captain and who's first officer?
Probably. They probably do.
That's good. We get a nice little Enterprise reference there when we get to mention the Defiant, the Constitution class.
Yeah, I really appreciated that Enterprise callback. I was just pointed at the screen. I was like, continuity, because it's rare.
Yeah. Well, at the end of that episode, weren't you saying like Hoshi took control of the ship and became the Emperor?
Yeah. So the Defiant gets pushed back into the Enterprise era mirror universe, and they're of course fighting over it because it's 100 or 150 years advanced. And by the end of it, Hoshi's got it. Hoshi Sato has it, and she just declares herself Emperor.
Well, she earned it.
Yep, and she absolutely earned it.
Open a channel to Fleet Admiral Gardner. Channel open. This is the Starship Defiant. If you don't surrender immediately, we'll begin targeting your cities. Respond.
Where's Archer? Who the hell are you?
You're speaking with Empress Sato. Prepare to receive instructions.
Let's just talk about this right now, but I think it's probably pretty likely that Georgiou is going to be the Emperor here in Discovery, because they haven't named the Emperor yet. I don't think they've even gendered the Emperor. I think they just keep saying the Emperor, and that's got to be Georgiou. At least we're seeing her in some capacity.
Yeah,
and,
like Tilly's a captain. I mean, they're gonna definitely put forth some female captains here.
Yeah, and so that I think is the fairly safe fan theory, but the crazy fan theory is that she's actually a descendant of Hoshi.
The Asian connection.
Yeah.
Watching this episode, there's a few things where I'm just like, "Hey, Jonathan Frakes!" Yay, Shenzhou! We got to see the Shenzhou again, which was nice. And then, yay, Connor.
You know him?
He was my ops officer on the Shenzhou. I watched him die at the Battle of the Binary Stars.
There's your boy, man.
Connor was back.
I was excited for you when I was watching this.
It's just like, we were just talking about how great Connor was.
Yep, and how we missed him.
He had. And look what happened. He made captain.
He did.
I almost didn't make it to captain after you were gone. But I still came out on top. The Emperor saw something in me.
Glad to hear it.
And exactly like we said, none of this Harry Kim shit.
Yeah.
He's got some upward mobility.
He definitely had upward mobility.
Yeah.
Had being the operative word. Because he took his shot and it didn't work out well for him. We lost Connor again.
Well, he got drunk on power, man. He was so used to being the captain.
Well, he was doing that tough guy talk. He's just like, he loses his knife and he's like, I don't need a knife to kill you. Then he pulls out a gun. Like, that's...
Yeah, it doesn't
need
need
a gun to kill her? Because that's better than a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wonder if there's like something subconscious in Burnham, because like she watched him die, but she never actually killed him.
Yeah.
Now she killed him.
Well, even so, that was part of Burnham's whole thing, that she feels responsible for all those deaths. She feels like she killed him in the regular universe too, but this time she had to do it with her own hands.
Well, now it's legit. She can actually enjoy the guilt. And the guilt kind of drove her into Ash's arms for a little G-rated sex they were going to have there.
They were just kissing a little bit.
They were kissing, but they're topless in the next episode, so I think it led to that.
Oh, maybe.
So I'm not too sure why they warped off at the end. I thought the whole point was just to go over, get the thing, and then beam back over to Discovery.
Yeah. It was a bit of a weak excuse as well. She's just like, oh, everyone's following me around. Well, you're the captain.
Go into your ready room, access your computer, get to your database, and then boom. Yeah. You beat me back
You're done. Yeah. No need to leave Lorca in the fucking torture booth all night.
And you could have put him in anything. You are the captain. Be like, I need him 100% for when I deliver him to the Emperor. That's all you had to say.
Only the finest agonizer booth reserved for the treacherous Lorca.
Absolutely not.
So what do you think about next week's trailer?
Well, what absolutely stood out to me, and I think this is goddamn hilarious.
What stood out to you?
They actually went with the goatee mirror Sarek, which is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know whether that's good or just so campy that it's good or just too cheesy, but it's fantastic and I love it.
Well, you know, Spock was actually like part of the Terran Empire, but in the Enterprise, T'Pol was a bit of a slave as part of the Terran Empire.
Yeah.
And so who knows where Sarek's going to stand, whether logic, of course, is going to prevail, and he's actually going to see things in a more positive way. We see that he mind melts with her, so he's going to find out the truth. And you'll get some more Tilly. I'm sure she'll crash the ship or get lost in the Delta Quadrant or something.
I don't care what she does. Yeah. She's pretty, so I forgive her.
All right. Well, I think the one thing we know is we're not going to get Connor. But we might get Hugh back. Maybe Stamets is going to bring him back to life something. I don't know. He's got some powers.
It might be like... I don't know. If they're going to do that, it's going to be like his essence is in the mycelial network or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I did like that moment where his eyes went normal and he was...
Yeah, he gave him the warning, yeah.
It's a great Frakes episode, and I really hope that he's directing the next one, though I doubt he is.
Yep. Well, I would really like to see him come back on Discovery at least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a noticeable difference. I don't know if it was just like we said, the episode or the directing.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you next week. Chris, what's the episode called?
Next week we're going to be doing Star Trek Discovery Episode 11, The Wolf Inside.
Do you think that implies like their infiltration of the Terran Empire or like Vok inside of Burnham?
It's just...